Drop the bag. Drop the bag. Drop the bag, sir. Drop the bag.
Gun!
Drop the bag. Gunfire! Gunfire!
At first, it sounded like a routine command, loud, repetitive, urgent, but not unusual. Officers shouting instructions is nothing new. Drop the bag echoes through the air again and again, cutting through the silence like a warning siren. But beneath those words, there's something else, something you can't quite see, but you can definitely feel. Tension, the kind that builds quietly and then explodes all at once. It begins with movement, a suspect, a bag, and a refusal. Because when someone doesn't comply with a direct command, especially in a high-risk situation, it instantly changes the equation. What could have been a simple stop now turns into a potential threat. Every second of hesitation adds weight. Every step forward feels heavier than the last. Drop the bag! It's not just an order anymore. It's a line in the sand, and the suspect crosses it. What happens next unfolds fast, but not fast enough to stop what's coming. The environment shifts, the tone changes, and suddenly this isn't just about a bag, it's about what's inside it, what it represents, and what the suspect might be willing to do to keep it. Because in moments like this, officers don't just react to what they see, they react to what they know could happen. And then, it happens. A sudden escalation, a break in the pattern, the kind of moment that doesn't give you time to think, only time to react. A gun. Now everything makes sense, and at the same time, nothing does, because while the presence of a weapon explains the tension, it also multiplies the danger instantly. What was uncertain before is now confirmed. This is real, this is deadly, and there is no turning back. The chase begins. Not the cinematic kind you see in movies, not the high-speed, slow-motion version. This is raw, unfiltered, breathing heavy, feet hitting pavement, heartbeats pounding in your ears as adrenaline floods your system. The suspect runs, and when a suspect runs after showing a weapon, it's no longer just escape, it's a threat in motion. The setting shifts into an apartment complex, tight spaces, limited visibility, multiple entry points, civilians nearby, windows, doors, corners, shadows. Every single one of them becomes a potential risk. Let me see your hands. That command isn't just about compliance, it's about survival. Because hands tell the story, hands reveal intent, and when you can't see them, you're operating blind in a situation where blindness can cost lives. Then, a shot. Not clearly seen, not fully understood in the moment, but heard, felt, registered instantly by everyone on scene. I got shot at! Those words hit differently, because now the threat isn't hypothetical anymore. It's confirmed. The suspect isn't just armed, he's actively using that weapon. He's made a choice, and that choice changes everything. Now it's no longer about stopping a suspect, it's about stopping a shooter. You can hear it in the officer's voice, the urgency, the spike in adrenaline, the shift from control to pure reaction. Because when bullets enter the equation, hesitation disappears. There's no room for doubt, no space for delay, only action. Backup begins to close in. Voices overlap, directions are shouted, locations are relayed in fragments. No one has the full picture, but everyone is trying to build it in real time. He ran this way. That phrase becomes the thread holding everything together, a direction, a clue, a chance to contain the chaos before it spreads further. But the suspect knows the terrain. He disappears into trees, into shadows, into the kind of environment that swallows movement and hides intent. And for a moment, he's gone. That's the most dangerous part. Not the running, not even the shooting, the disappearing. Because now every officer on scene is searching without knowing exactly where to look, and somewhere in that silence, the suspect still has the gun, still has the advantage. Officers move carefully, methodically, clearing areas, checking corners, watching each other's backs. The energy shifts again from pursuit to hunt, because now they're not chasing someone, they're tracking him. And every step forward is calculated, controlled, measured, because one wrong move could put them directly in his line of fire. Then, something changes. Evidence. Here's the gun right there. That moment is critical, because when a weapon is found, it tells a story. It suggests movement, a decision, a shift in the suspect's mindset. Did he drop it to run faster, to blend in, to surrender later, or is it a decoy? Because nothing is ever simple in situations like this. The presence of the gun doesn't end the threat, it complicates it. Because now the question becomes, where is he now? Unarmed, maybe, but still dangerous, still unpredictable, still capable of doing something desperate. And desperation is often more dangerous than planning. Officers tighten the perimeter. The search continues. Every inch of ground becomes significant. Every rustle in the bushes, every shadow behind a structure, every sound is analyzed, questioned, dissected, because somewhere in this maze is a man who already fired at police, and that fact alone changes how this ends. There's no casual resolution here, no simple arrest. This is a situation that demands control, absolute control, before it spirals again. And yet, even with numbers, even with training, even with communication flowing through radios and voices calling out directions, there's still uncertainty. That's the reality of it. You can prepare for scenarios, you can train for outcomes, but when you're inside the moment, when your senses are overloaded, your heart is racing, and your life could change in a split second, nothing feels certain. And that's what makes moments like this so intense. Because you're not just watching events unfold, you're watching decisions being made in real time, decisions that carry weight, consequences, risk, decisions that can mean the difference between going home or not. And in the middle of it all, there's one undeniable truth. It started with a simple command: drop the bag. 4 words, but behind those 4 words was a chain reaction, a sequence of events that no one could fully predict, but everyone had to respond to. A suspect who chose to run, a weapon that changed the stakes, a shot that confirmed the danger, and a team of officers forced to adapt instantly, under pressure most people will never experience. This isn't just footage, it's a reminder of how fast things can change, of how thin the line really is, and of how in moments like this, everything depends on what happens next.